Thank you for joining us in today's video as we discuss the cost of living with expats that currently reside in Cuenca, Ecuador.
Welcome to Cuenca, Ecuador.
Today we've got a special group of people here. We have a group of expats that are living in Cuenca, Ecuador. Rather than Julie and I giving you our opinion and our reality of Cuenca, Ecuador, we thought it would be important for you to be able to hear from the people that actually live here and get multiple experiences and hear about the cost of living, safety concerns, and we'll address a lot of topics. So stick around for the whole video, and there'll probably be some people here that you could identify with that might fit your category if you're looking at coming to Ecuador as an expat or considering moving here in the future.
Absolutely.
Hi, we're Ruth and Paul Jennings. We've been in Ecuador just over a year. First 6 months we're up in Cotacachi near Otavalo, and the previous 6 months have been here in Cuenca.
Hi, I'm Lindy. I'm from the United States. Last place I was living was Nashville, Tennessee, but I'm from Ohio, also Florida.
Hi, and I'm Kay. I've been here in Cuenca for about 4 months now. Last place I lived in the U.S. was Seattle, but technically I'm a nomad.
We're Marshall and Nadine Duvall. We were last close to Austin, Texas, and we've been here since first part of February. So we had about 6 weeks and then lockdown.
Hi there, Rick Murray from Prince Edward Island, Canada, and I just married a local Ecuadorian woman. So if you want to know anything about that, ask me.
Hi, Chase and Sarah Lee Squires. We moved here from Denver. Been here about 4 months.
And who's that pretty lady up there playing with the dogs?
I'm Julie Knox.
Okay, so today I'm going to get a survey of several different categories, and we're going to ask questions, and I encourage you all to go ahead and speak up if you have any words of wisdom on a topic as we bring it up. So first off, let me see a show of hands if you believe that living in Cuenca, Ecuador is cost effective compared to being in the United States. Is the cost of living here efficient and effective for you? As well as Canada. Sorry about that, Rick. Okay. So when we're looking at your life here in Ecuador, everybody here is a renter currently. There's nobody that's a homeowner. I'd like you all to raise your hand and lower it when we pass the threshold of the rent you pay per month. So raise your hand if you pay more than $150 a month for rent. So everybody who pays more than 150, 175, 200. Have one hand go down already. Do we have less than 225 or 225, 250, 300, 350, 400, 500, 550? So the only one that's the hand still raised is Julie and I. We're in an Airbnb. So it looks like 550 is the top line, and somewhere around the 175, 200 range. Was that where you were, Lindy?
160.
160? And that's a apartment or?
Yeah, it's just a basic apartment. It's got a private bathroom, private kitchen, little gas stove, and a desk and a bed, basically.
So you got your basic needs all covered with 160?
Yeah.
Okay, so who had the 550 hands up? Okay, so we had two couples. So let's go ahead and see what we got over here. Chase or Sarah Lee, would you like to tell what your living conditions are like?
Yeah, we have 550, all utilities included, furnished. It's on a private gated cul-de-sac, 2-bed, 3-bath, private courtyard, fireplace, and 20-foot ceilings. We really like it. It's beautiful.
I've actually been to their place. It is very, very nice. And we might do a video with them in the future showing their location. And over here, we have Marshall and Nadine.
Hi, we live in a 1,800 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath apartment with 2 patios, fireplace, new. In a great neighborhood, very close to El Centro. We pay $450 in rent, plus an average a la quota each month of about $150 to include security and other common area expenses, also water and gas, and we have central gas.
I am currently house sitting for an American, an expat who's returned to the U.S. for 4 to 5 months. The house is 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. The house rents for $600 a month. Utilities come out to about $150. We're splitting that 3 ways right now. 2 of us house sitting, 1 in the U.S. But it's a very large house with a very large outside terrace. So if any of you all come, there may be situations where there may be some house sitting situations, because expats do travel back and forth to the States to visit their families.
If you have to pay additional for your utilities, go ahead and raise your hand if it's not included in your rent. Okay, and Paul, can you say how much you're paying per month for your location? How large is your house?
Our house is about 1,200 square feet. It's 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's a brand new condominium building with 11 floors. We're on the 5th floor. The thing that drew us to our condo building was the fact that it has a huge outdoor terrace with great views of the Yanakai River and the city, and also has secure underground parking. We do have a vehicle, so that's really convenient for us. As far as our utilities, they are extra, but it's only about $12 a month for electricity and about $6 a month for water, so super low utilities.
Really, really low. Rick, were you gonna have some input on that?
I could say something about that. We pay $520 with utilities, and we have 24/7 security at the building. We have a parking garage. The apartment itself is 1 big bedroom, 2 bathrooms, walk-in closet, nice kitchen and living room and dining room, and that's about it, I think. Yeah.
Super. So overall, your cost of living to house yourself is roughly, as far as a monthly budget, a small percentage compared to what you would have paid in the United States?
Especially electricity. I mean, you have to remember we don't have heat or air conditioning, right? Anybody? So when you come from Texas and you're used to paying a $400 a month electricity bill because of the AC running 24/7, then here it's just nice weather, and so we are fine. I mean, we haven't even pulled out a space heater, and it's gotten into the 40s here. But now we live in a new building, but we pay less than $20 a month electricity for hot water and lights.
That's a great point. I think most homes here, because the weather is so mild, today is one of the colder days for Cuenca. It's actually in the 50s, 60s today, and it has gotten down to the 40s last night. Normally, throughout the year, we're looking at, let me know if anybody disagrees, we're normally in a high temperature of the mid-60s to mid-70s most days, and getting down to mid-50s at night throughout the year.
Yep. It's beautiful here, yeah.
Yes.
Nice all year round.
Total climate. Yeah.
Yeah, so the need for AC or heat in your house is negligible. Julie and I, we splurged, got a little space heater that we've used like 3 times for a few hours. So it's not really necessary. How often do most of you guys go out to eat here per month? I'm gonna give a number, and off the top of your head, if you think you eat out more than the number I'm giving per month, raise your hand. So if you eat out more than 5 times a month, raise your hand. Is everybody? If you eat out more than 10 times per month? Okay, what about if, okay. What about 15 times per month? Every other day you're going out for lunch or almuerzo or something? What if you go out more than 20 times throughout the month? Still got hands raised? Most people are going out almost every other day on average to go out for lunch or go out to eat. Julie and I have experienced that our going out to eat, if we wanted to, we can eat for less than $5 each if we were to go out, and sometimes it might be a $3 meal. Anybody here see or feel that that's unrealistic?
No.
That's good.
I mean,
I usually do $2. I usually do $2 for almuerzo.
Yeah.
The places you can get the whole course and the dessert and a drink for $2.
Yeah, so going out here is not expensive. You know, I mentioned to Julie in a previous video about when we went out to eat, we're eating for the cost of what we normally would pay for a tip. You know, it's sometimes $3, $3.50, $5, and that would be a tip in the United States. So here, tipping is not always required. Sometimes people will tip. Do any of you tip on a regular basis when you go out to eat? Okay, so the majority will leave a tip. Most Cuencanos don't leave a tip, but most Americans tend to do so. Let me ask, anybody want to volunteer how they gauge how much they want to give for a tip?
I think we generally give 10%, but if the bill is less than that, we're always going to leave at least $1.
You leave $1?
Yeah, at least.
Okay.
We,
10%.
we usually tip 10%, but after the COVID, they've been out of work. We're a little more generous to try and get them back on their feet.
And me from back home, I always tip on service. So hopefully we don't ruin it for anybody coming down later. But we give the tips when they're not used to getting tips here. So.
And I think that applies not only just going out, but when you take a taxi, you can go most everywhere in the city for $1.50. So I'll usually just round it up to $2. So we round up for the taxis, and then a couple days ago I went and got a pedicure. It was $9 for a pedicure. In the States I paid $30, $35. So I gave her $1 tip, which it comes out again. Most things are about 10%.
Well, I think maybe Julie and I are a little cheap then, because I think we leave about 50 cents a person minimum. So maybe we'll leave $1 for two of us to eat. But sometimes that's only going to be a $6, $7 meal, so we're still leaving a decent percentage. So it's up to you on what you feel comfortable with tipping. But a lot of Americans we're fondly called gringos here. We'll pay the extra tip, but it's not required of you. Groceries. Julie and I feel like we've had a windfall in savings for buying groceries here. Now, we're a little bit different because we're vegetarians. We do eat fish on occasion. So we don't eat the standard American diet often, or the standard Canadian diet. So our grocery shopping could be a little bit different. We get a lot of fresh veggies from the mercados, and our expenses are very, very low. So for those of you that have an idea of what you spend monthly per person on your grocery budget, can you give an idea of what somebody would expect to pay if they were going to go to Supermaxi and buy typical things?
You can eat here very inexpensively. Food does not cost much money. Things that cost money are stuff like paper goods, things that have to be imported. So as far as like eating and groceries, I would say we probably spend maybe $200 a month for the two of us.
Coffee is expensive.
Coffee is expensive, believe it or not, which
Yeah,
but you gotta have it.
Coffee, shaving cream, deodorant, that stuff costs more.
Paper towels.
Peanut butter,
Yeah, paper towels, they're gold.
they are.
They're washable or something, reusable.
That's true. We actually have some reusable paper towels that you wring them out. They're extra sturdy. They're the strangest things. We haven't seen them in the U.S.
One thing about living here is that it has taught us to be more conservative when it comes to how much paper waste and how much waste we make.
Ruth and Paul, what do you think you're budgeting per
For our
month?
groceries, we're usually on a monthly basis $200 to $250 per person, so about $500 per month.
But again, it's coffee.
No,
coffee.
same ballpark.
A lot of it's our coffee.
Yeah, instant doesn't cost that much. I just
Instant?
around. Yeah,
It's not coffee.
I know. But you can get a package of it
Yeah,
pretty
if you
cheap.
want it.
Yeah.
We're in a flux because just the two of us, when we retired and I was cooking every meal, we were spending $250 a week, but we were going to the grocery store and getting all of it. Here, you have to like order coffee beans and order fish, and then we go to the mercado. But I agree with Sarah Lee, food is cheap. Plastic bags, you can't find Clorox wipes, so we had to figure out another way to do it. And just stuff like, if I know that Ecuadorian stores subsidize the government if it's an Ecuadorian product, so I think you learn to figure out which like solid dish detergent to use, and it's fine. But if you buy the imported stuff, it's expensive. If you want to buy a bottle of Tresemme shampoo, it's like astronomically expensive, so you figure out another way to do it. I mean, we're not going without deodorant, but it does teach you the things that you know, it's like the Ecuadorian product is good.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next question. Your cost for transportation here. I know that Paul and Ruth, you have a vehicle here. auto insurance or extra expenses, what would you see here?
Everything's really cheap. For a 1-year policy on our car for $15,000 value is $400 for the year, and then gas is really good too, about $1.75 a gallon. On an average month, we never spend more than $20 on a tank of gas.
Wow.
That gets us through wherever we go.
That's great. Taxis again were mentioned. You could pretty much get anywhere in town. Cases $1.50. I think we've experienced maybe $3 at the high side on an outing, but most are going to be in the $1.50, $2 range each way.
In Cuenca, there's a minimum. Most people don't know this. There's a $1.50 daytime rate for taxis, no matter how far you
$1.75
go,
at night.
and it's $1.75 at night, no matter how far you go. That's just the city of Cuenca. I don't know how the other cities compare.
Well, what's nice is that everything's so close by. You can walk most
Yeah.
places. You know, I walk almost everywhere. You know, sometimes take a taxi or the bus is cheap. It's only 30 cents, or you know.
Well, you bring up a good point. I think Julie and I are averaging somewhere around 12,000 steps a day, and I'm afraid to ask Kay because she's always walking around town. She's probably doing 20.
Well, I did over 20 yesterday. Some days I do, but other days a little bit less than that. But I agree with Lindy. I like taking the buses because they'll go almost everywhere if you can figure out the routes. You get a bus card, so you don't need cash with you. You just get on, scan your card. So I put $10 on my card. 30 cents a ride can get me a lot of rides for $10. And then the other choice is we have our Tranvia here, going through the center of town. If you live in El Centro, you're going to stay down there. That's going to be 35 cents a ride.
You lose weight here because you're walking all the time. And you can't buy enough groceries to gain weight here, so there you go. The thing is, with the walking, there's many murals and rivers and scenery and flowers to take pictures of. It's just a beautiful city, and I enjoy it immensely.
The taxis are all metered too, and you can see them right in front of you. You don't have to worry about getting ripped off like in some other cities. The drivers abide by the meter, and everyone has them.
Yeah. Good. And if you like walking, find Rick and the Hash Club here, Hash House Harriers. I did do a video on them. They're drinkers with a walking problem, so they would like to have you come and hang out with them. And Kay's got a mask on from there as well. Thank you for joining us for part 1 of our discussion with the Cuenca expat community. Please join us for part 2, where we will discuss safety as well as medical care and veterinary care here in Cuenca, Ecuador. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like if you enjoyed this video. And we'll look forward to having you follow us on our journey. Thank you and have a great day, everybody.